Mihir Desai, let me start with you. You're representing Nikita Jacob, who I believe has got some part protection from the court, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I mean, if you look at the charges of sedition and all of that, as at least on the basis of the FIR that we've gone through, it's hard to understand how that charge has been framed. Have you been supplied with any evidence or information by the police which bolsters the sedition claim?
Thank you, Srini. Well, no, because I am as confused as you are, because from the FIR, sedition, I mean, I couldn't find anything which could really implicate these persons for sedition, because and as we know, I personally believe that sedition has no place in should have no place in the law books. In fact, Gandhiji, when he was charged in the early 20s, had said that sedition is the prince amongst the oppressive laws in the Indian Penal Code. So it should be done away with, because it is being used more and more, if you see today, against activists, against dissenters of any kind, against cartoonists, against stand-up comedians.
Yes.
You take it and it is being used very, very loosely.
But before we come to the wider question of the sedition law, so just to understand from you, you're saying that you couldn't find anything in the FIR that amounts to sedition. But what about the accusation that your client was part of drafting or shaping this toolkit? What's the position you're taking on that?
Well, even if she was part of making a toolkit, how does a toolkit, you see, many campaigns were going on simultaneously in the country and across the world, supporting the farmers. Toolkit is one small contribution towards that support. How does a toolkit, which does not speak one word about violence, which does not speak one word about Red Fort, or which does not speak one word about taking over the streets or anything, how can that toolkit be constituted as can be construed as some kind of sedition?
Right. So that, I guess, is the main question. But at the moment, as I understand it, she's got some sort of interim bail.
But she has got a transit bail for three weeks.
What does that mean? Sorry, what does transit bail mean? Transit bail?
Yes, transit bail means the offence is registered in Delhi. So ultimately, she will have to get anticipatory bail from a Delhi court. But in the meanwhile, she has been given 3 weeks' time. She will not be arrested, and she has the chance of going to Delhi and applying for a regular anticipatory bail in Delhi.